Hello and welcome to TaiyangNews. This is Anu Bhambhani, the senior editor at TaiyangNews, and we are at Renewable Energy India Expo 2025 in Greater Noida. And I am joined by the CEO of Rayzon Solar Limited, Mr. Amit Barve. He's here to talk about what the company is doing, how it has risen from just 14 megawatt capacity to today dealing in several gigawatts. So, welcome to TaiyangNews, Amit.
Thank you, Anu. Pleasure talking to you.
So, tell us a little bit about how Rayzon has grown.
So, Rayzon started with two founders, actually, young founders who graduated from their engineering college and decided to do something in the renewable energy space. Their focus was to see that they do some business related to the futuristic technologies, which is scalable and which is good for the country, and that's where they chose to come up with the solar module manufacturing. Started with a very modest capacity of 40 megawatt in the year 2017. The actual production started in 18, and over the last 8 years what we have done is we have scaled up the manufacturing capacity up to 6 gigawatt by the end of the last year, and we just added 2 more gigawatt in this month. So today we have 8 gigawatt of manufacturing capacity as far as solar module is concerned. Majority of our lines are now doing the TOPCon in terms of module technology is concerned, while we still also do mono PERC. All the lines are 100% automated, as well as the quality control is being done using an AI to see that we do efficient work as well as fast in terms of throughput of our products are concerned.
And you are also getting into cell manufacturing. So, what are your plans there?
As you know, there is a mandate from the government of India for ALCM which is coming up, as well as also strategically it makes sense to have control on to your value chain. So keeping these two things in mind, what we started was 2 activities which contributes to the maximum percentage of value in terms of manufacturing cost for the solar module is concerned. One is the solar cell and second is the aluminium frames. So our construction for the solar cell line is already underway. We are planning a 3.5 gigawatt of TOPCon solar cell line, which should be up and functional towards the end of next calendar year. While for the aluminium is concerned, we have already executed the project with 19,700 metric tons per annum capacity, where we do extrusion as well as anodizing, and entire frames which have been manufactured are used for our captive consumption.
Cell manufacturing and as well as parallel manufacturing, parallel integration. So, can you tell us more about that?
So as you are aware, there is a mandate related to the government of India for ALCM, which is having a cell which is made in India, as well as better to have a control onto the value chain in terms of availability as well as quality and cost. We as a Rayzon had a strategy to do 2 products in-house, which contributes maximum to the production cost, which is one is a solar cell as well as second is aluminium frames. So our construction for 3.5 gigawatt TOPCon solar cell line is underway. We expect to complete this construction and installation of this line and start the commercial production towards the end of next calendar year. While as far as aluminium is concerned, we have already executed the project with 19,700 metric tons per annum of our capacity, which is not only extrusion but even anodizing, which means the frames are getting ready, which we are using for our captive consumption.
So, all of this is for your self-consumption. All of this. So, and also about the general market condition in India. How do you think that, what are the policies? I think the policy framework has been very supportive for module manufacturing, for PV manufacturing in general. So, which are the, policies that have really worked for you and for the industry as a whole?
So sorry. Maybe you can just brief the question before you speak.
Asking that what policy environment has been quite productive for manufacturing. So, which are the policies that you think have really worked for you and for the market as a whole, like ALM or TLI or whatever? And what more do you think that I'll ask you later? So in India, the policy environment has been quite supportive, the regulatory framework. So which are the policies that you think have really worked for you and for the industry as a whole?
So I think so. One of the thing what we have seen is the policy environment which has been changing. Government has been extremely supportive in terms of not only manufacturing but even demand creation, because that's more important. Today manufacturing can happen, but unless and until you are not able to sell these products actually by creating the demand, that all incentivization like PLI schemes and other thing doesn't make sense. So today we have a good combination of PLI schemes to boost the manufacturing, but a demand creation which also helps in terms of consumption of all these policies actually. Together, I think so things make much more easier for the manufacturer to take a risk, to make an investment and scale up in the future.
Also, one more thing I wanted to ask you is, so China is like the largest market, and India is on its way to becoming the largest. So, is this something that we can learn from China and do better? Or there's something that that we should not be doing what China did?
Learning as far as is concerned from China is the pace at which the development has happened. Today, if you see more or less the technology evolvement, the collaboration between the universities, R&D labs and the manufacturers, I think so this is a hallmark of what China has done, which probably we have been lagging, and we definitely need to learn to see that there is a joint academia as well as industry working together to make this happen. What we should not do, like what China did, is probably a mindless expansion. Probably if you see today, as compared to the size of the market, the manufacturing capacities are too high. A lot of things depend on their export for them to run the industries, and a couple of them are getting into severe financial crisis. So the mindless expansion is something that we should not look at. There is a market enough for everyone, but too much amount of capacities might also jeopardize the entire program.
On that note, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with TaiyangNews. It's nice talking to you. Thank you.